What is up, everybody? It is me, Visto, here, back again with another Dead by Daylight video. This is not a gameplay video. This is me doing sort of a thoughts and feelings type of video towards DBD and what I think about it right now. Now, first off, I have been playing since the summer of 2019. I have over 2,500 hours of experience on Dead by Daylight, so I'm not a veteran, but I definitely have some valid opinions, I would say. I'm going to discuss the three major problems in Dead by Daylight. I would call these major problems because they're not rare and occasional of dealing with them when you play the game. I would say they happen extremely often, which is not good, and that's why they're major issues. If they didn't happen as much, they would just be issues that needed to still be fixed, but these are major issues. The three major issues are boring killers, indoor maps, or any map that is just unfun or unfair to play, and having bad teammates. Now, obviously, playing as Survivor, you can experience all three of these. Playing as Killer, you can only experience one of these. Makes sense. So, let me talk about boring killers. Obviously, it's opinion-based, but I think most people would agree with me. These are the killers that are extremely unfun to go against. Nobody likes them, and I'm not going to really get down to why, but even if you think I'm just being an entitled Survivor main, I'm not. You could go around watching YouTube videos. People complain about these killers all the time because they are extremely unfun to play against. I don't doubt that every killer is unfun to play. I bet you every killer is fun to play, but playing against them usually is not fun at all. First one is Nemesis. Even though he's brand new, he's basically just a Deathslinger. He's not fun. Trickster, he's a spammer and takes no skill, and he's really unfun. Twins, poorly designed, just like Trickster, and obviously very not fun. Deathslinger, extremely unfun, worse than Nemesis, probably the most boring killer in my opinion. Next one is Spirit. Spirit is not fun. No one likes Spirit. She's very strong as well. She's one of the strongest in the whole game, but she's extremely easy to use, and so it's very hard to counter her, and you have no skill needed to play her. Next is Freddy. No one likes Freddy. Freddy's extremely annoying. He has too many things going for him, and they said they nerfed him back in the mid-chapter for Trickster, but they did not. Now, the next major problem in DBD is indoor maps, unfair maps, and maps that are not fun to play on. Now, DBD has a total of 36 maps in the entire game, and 5 of them are indoor maps. Survivors hate playing on indoor maps because they're hard to navigate. You don't know where anything is, so it's hard to loop them, and it's hard to find gens to do your objective. Same thing for Killer. It's hard to find survivors sometimes, it's hard to navigate, and no one likes playing them. If you're a stealth killer, maybe you'll be happy to play it. Now, indoor maps, most of them are actually killer-sided as well, but I would say even killers don't really like playing them. Although there is the game, which is getting Meat Plant, that is 100% survivor-sided. No one can deny that. There's pallets all around you, and it's very easy to just live against any killer because of how many pallets there are. So that's a survivor-sided indoor map. And again, no one likes indoor maps, and some of them are unfair. Now, there is an outdoor map called Haddonfield that is also survivor-sided, but no one likes to play it unless you're an entitled survivor. That is low-key toxic. But if you're a killer, you hate playing on it because it's a little big. It's not too big, but really all it is hold W and chase survivors in houses that you have to vault and waste your time on. It's not a fun time, and in my opinion, I don't even like playing on it as Survivor. No one likes playing on it as Killer. I don't like playing on it as Survivor. It's survivor-sided. Let's move past it. But then, all the other maps, all the other 30 maps in DBD, are outdoor maps, and I would say nearly all of them are very well balanced, except maybe the Bad Hams. Those are a bit survivor-sided, but even then, I don't think killers are hating going on to Bad Ham. Everyone likes an outdoor map, so that's it. The next major problem in Dead by Daylight are bad teammates, or I guess the matchmaking in general. Now, I'm not going to talk about how the ranking system works, but I'm just going to say that brown ranks, then yellow ranks, then green ranks, then purple ranks, then red ranks. Red ranks is you're really good at the game. Brown ranks is you are brand new at the game. And you should progressively get better and move towards red, and red is good players and great players. Brown and yellow are very new and starting to get the hang of the game. Green and purple are getting the game down pretty good, but they're not great yet. And of course, red is you're good at the game. At least that's what it should be. It's absolutely not. Nearly every survivor can get to red ranks extremely easy by either getting carried, doing just a little bit, and they're already red ranks, even though they just started the game 2 weeks ago. You don't believe me? I promise. Just have your friend play the game, teach them how to play, and just tell them to play. And then they will. They will very soon get red ranks, very quickly, especially if you Swift with them. So in other words, if you're a red rank player and you've been playing for a few years, you're either going to very rarely get in a game with other survivors that have also been playing as long as you or longer, or you will most of the time get matched up with teammates that are also red ranks, so they should be the same as you, right? They should be just as good as you. Well, they won't be, because, like I said, it's so easy to get up to red ranks that players that started the game 2 weeks ago, which should be in yellow or green ranks, are in red ranks. And so they ruin your experience because they just simply don't know what to do at red ranks. I'm not trying to belittle anybody who is new to the game, fairly new, and is already red ranks. I'm just saying the devs did not make the matchmaking system well enough to make this game feel good at the rank level. Now, before I tell you guys what I think Dead by Daylight, what the devs, what behavior could do about these problems to fix them and make the experience better for all players, I just want to say, Dead by Daylight is my favorite game. And even though I run into these problems extremely often, and it's very unfun to go against, I still have fun with this game. But these problems make the game hard to enjoy. It is genuinely hard to have fun, and that should not be the case. It's hard to have fun when you load into a game and you spawn in on a map that you already do not want to play. And then chances are you go against a killer that you do not like to go against. And chances are also really high that you get bad teammates because, like I said, it's super easy to get into red, and they should be in green. So you will just have a horrible experience no matter what. I want this game to be good. I think it has some really, really, really good potential to be a top-tier game, but the devs need to fix these issues, and I think they have 2 ways of going to fix these. The first way is that they can just delete the boring killers, delete the indoor maps, Haddonfield, Badhams. They can just make it so that there's no boring killers, no indoor maps, no unfair maps, and they could just delete the ranking system so that you get matched up with anyone in your region, and that's the only matchmaking is region-based. Now, even I, as much as I would totally be okay with them deleting boring killers and boring maps, I do not think that is totally good. I think DBD would be much better off putting their efforts towards fixing the boring killers and only creating fun killers to play and fun killers to go against. Not every killer has to be really strong. Not every killer has to be the same as Spirit or Nurse. Some killers can be extremely weak. Some killers can be just middle tier. It's totally fine to have them all over the board. The most important thing is to make them fun. Fun to play and fun to go against. And eventually, fix the boring killers so that they are still fun to play, fun to go against, and somewhere on the tier list that seems okay. Indoor maps. They could change their layouts, make them be indoor maps, but make them feel like outdoor maps by opening them up more, making them easier to navigate, and just the goal to make them more fun to play as Survivor and Killer. Make every single map as balanced as you possibly can, so that nothing is Survivor-sided or Killer-sided based off the map. The next thing is the matchmaking. They are currently testing to see if their skill-based matchmaking is working this time, but we don't know. They could have just designed a good system from the very start. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you give this video a thought, comment what you think DBD's biggest problems are. If you think I'm wrong, if you think these things are totally fine, let me know. Or what do you think that they could do to fix them?